Hello everyone, welcome back to the latest update series of Drishti IAS. This is Divya Kavatra, and today we are going to talk about a very important topic from the respect of history, from the perspective of art and culture, from the perspective of current affairs as well. That's right, the topic is Sarnath. Now you might ask, why is it in news? What happened? Right? So let's find out what happened, why it is in news, why it is so special. We'll see all about that. Number one, India's ancient Buddhist site number one, Buddhist site number two, Sarnath, located in Uttar Pradesh number three, was inscribed on UNESCO World Heritage List. That's right. The decision was taken during the ongoing meeting of the 48th session that was happening in Busan, South Korea. This is India's 45th site to join the list. Which number of site? 45th site. Is that clear? Yes? Alright. The recognition makes Sarnath India's 45th UNESCO World Heritage Site and Uttar Pradesh 4th. Already Uttar Pradesh had 3 sites. Now this is 4th one. Can you tell me the names of the 3 sites that Uttar Pradesh already has? Can you tell me the name of the 3 sites that Uttar Pradesh already has listed in UNESCO World Heritage Site? Okay, give me the answer in comment section. I'm waiting for it. And PM Modi's response to this was, PM called the inscription, a proud moment for every Indian, highlighting Sarnath's connection to Lord Buddha, reflecting India's civilizational heritage and the message of compassion, wisdom and peace, right? The global recognition, Representative Tim Curtis noted that Sarnath has served as a global beacon of pilgrimage and learning for over 2500 years, and that's why it is an important site and must get that recognition, right? Exactly. So it got, but that makes us understand why Sarnath is historically or spiritually significant. What exactly is so important here? What is exactly so good here? So it is located, first of all, just 10 kilometers northeast of Varanasi. It holds a place among the 4 sacred pilgrimage sites of Buddhism: Bodh Gaya, Lumbini, Kushinagar and Sarnath. Okay, these are the 4 major sites, that is Bodh Gaya, Lumbini, Kushinagar and Sarnath. Alright, these are the major 4 sites. Now in Sarnath we see what is the relevance here. This is the area of first sermon. This is the place of first sermon that we call Dharmachakra Pravartana, right? What do we call it? Dharmachakra Pravartana. Okay. Yeah. After attaining enlightenment at Bodh Gaya, Buddha came to Sarnath and gave his first sermon where his disciples joined him to listen to his journey of awakening, how he achieved it and what guidance does he have to impart to other people, right? That was the place of first sermon to 5 disciples. How many disciples were there? 5 disciples, setting the wheel of Dharma in motion. Then we have Dhamek Stoop, the prominent 43.6 meter high cylindrical stoop, right? That is built in, I'll show you the picture of this, that is not here. Okay, 500 CA, replacing an earlier structure commissioned by Emperor Ashok, right? That was the exact spot, Buddha's first sermon. Then the Ashokan pillar and the lion capital. Here, in the memory of this, Emperor Ashok also erected in 3rd century BC a Ashokan pillar, right? The 4 back-to-back lions atop this pillar, they served as inspiration of India's national emblem also, right? The national emblem that we have, that is it, right? We'll talk about that too. This is just basic details that we need to know. Then we have the Chokhandi Stoop, ancient marking the site where Buddha first reunited with his 5 former companions. Okay, this was the point. That is where we have also created a stoop, right? These are the important sites and importance of Sarnath as we see altogether. But what changes with UNESCO status? Like, it is important anyway, pilgrimage is there anyway. So what changes with this status? Like, will there be any change? So what happens is, World Heritage status elevates Sarnath into globally protected heritage area. Now, not only India, but the entire globe is protecting it. The entire international organization is protecting it, giving it international conservative support and the boost to infrastructure along Uttar Pradesh Buddhist circuit, right? The entire Buddhist circuit will get a boost through this for international tourists and pilgrims as well, right? Yeah. Now, this was the topic, but In addition to that, we need to learn more about Sarnath as well. As we know, UPSC doesn't stop there. They go deeper and deeper into the topic, right? So we'll also go deeper and deeper, right? So we'll talk about Sarnath also. We'll in detail understand what is Sarnath, why it is important, what is the historical relevance, all the things that we can read about it. Okay? All right. Let's talk about Sarnath, and first of all, let's see ancient nomenclature. The ancient names were Rishipatan or Isipatan, the place where ashes of holy men or rishis fell. That is Rishipatan or Isipatan. Then Mrigdav, deer park. It was also called Mrigdav, that is deer park, because of the tradition of royal sanctuary for deer. These were the names earlier given to this area that we now know as Sarnath, right? Then the historic event that we discussed, Dharmachakra Pravartana, right? The event of first sermon, Dharmachakra Pravartana Sut, to his former ascetics also he has given that, and the birth of the Sangha also started from here. The birth of the Sangha that completed the three Ratnan, three jewels, that is Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, right? This completes the three jewels of Buddhism that are represented in architecture also sometimes. In the stoop, at the top of the stoop, you'll see that three round discs are there, right? At top of the stoop, you will see at the Shikhar or Amlak, you will see there are three round discs, three of them representing three jewels of Buddhism. What are the three jewels? Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, all right? Yeah. Then the core teachings were delivered here, the four noble truths, that is noble eightfold path, also Ashtangik Marg that we call, and then the principle of middle path, that is Madhya Marg, that was also given at this place, Sarnath itself. Sarnath was the place where Buddha gave all these guidance, all this knowledge to his disciples, right? What are the knowledges were given? Dharmachakra Pravartana, yes, that also happened. Then in that, he created the four noble truths, the three jewels, eightfold path, as well as the middle path, all right? Exactly. Then in terms of art history, if we see during Gupta Empire, Sarnath emerged as one of the three major schools of Indian sculpture also, alongside Mathura and Gandhar. We already had Mathura and Gandhar schools of in scriptures, but along with that, this school also developed, right? That is, we have here Sarnath school. What were the characteristics of this Sarnath school? To understand, Dharmachakra Pravartana Mudra, that the mudra itself, the position itself became a mudra. The position in which Buddha used to sit, that became a mudra, and that was promoted as Dharmachakra Pravartana Mudra itself, the signature iconography that shows Buddha sitting cross-legged with hands in front of the chest, forming the wheel turning gesture, right? The wheel is turning, time is going, you need to do this, that kind of. Then the transparent diaphanous drapery. You know, there are differences in Gandhar and Mathura school. The drapery that Buddha has, sometimes it is transparent, sometimes it is opaque with a lot of pleats in it, sometimes it is just plain, not ironed at all, it is wrinkled, right? These representations are there. So in Sarnath school, they represent it as transparent diaphanous. Unlike Gandhar or Mathura, Sarnath statues have smooth clinging robes without any folds, giving a wet drapery appearance. It feels like you have draped yourself in a wet cloth, right? That is the appearance it creates. Then it has ornamented halo. What is the halo? Right behind the head of the deity, you see a halo here, round structure that is lighting up, right? You see right behind the head of the deity, you see a round structure here that is lighting up. That is the halo. They have created halo behind Buddha's head also, right? That is the depiction they do, circular halo behind the head, featuring lotus motifs, floral borders, all this. Next, spiritual serenity. Downward cast eyes, half closed downward cast eyes, lightly closed, showing him in meditative state, totally serene, totally calm, right? Representing that stage, reflecting meditative calmness, that is, he is deep in dhyan and doesn't care about the world around him, right? This is how they have represented that in scriptures, and because they were so associated with it in depth, that's why it became a separate school from Gandhar and Mathura, right? That we call Sarnath school. Okay. All right. And then the symbolism of Ashokan lion capital also. From the Ashokan lion capital, this symbol that we talked about, we adopted this on January 26, 1950 as the national emblem, right? Yeah. In place of Satyamev Jayate, there was an inverted lotus here. We removed that inverted lotus from the emblem. We did not take it as a part of the emblem. Instead, we added Satyamev Jayate at the pedestal, right? Recently, Home Ministry even issued a notification saying, if anywhere the emblem is shown without the symbol, without the slogan or without the words of Satyamev Jayate, it will not be considered official emblem and it will just be any other picture, right? Recently, this was also done. Now, abacus has animals, 24 spoked wheels, elephant, bull, horse, lion, inverted lotus bell that we removed, right? Yeah. This is the significance. And if we talk about this, finally, UNESCO has given Sarnath the long-standing recognition that it deserved and was asking for it, right? And now that has been done, UNESCO did it. What is the context here for UNESCO? World Heritage Status, India's 45th UNESCO site. What is the criteria? Criteria number 3 and criteria number 6. That is what we fulfilled. Exceptional testimony to cultural religious traditions surviving 2500 years, right? This was the criteria. Second, direct association with events of outstanding universal significance. Why is it universally significant? Because of Buddha, because of Buddhism. These were the criteria under which Sarnath became an important site that was also eligible for this structure, right? That's how the eligibility was set up. Now we have Buddhist pilgrimage quadrangle here. With Sarnath's inclusion, there are 3 of the 4 major sacred Buddhist sites specified by Buddha in Mahaparinibban are now under UNESCO World Heritage Site. Lumbini, Nepal, where he was born, that was added into the list in 1997. Bodh Gaya, India, enlightenment happened here, UNESCO list 2002. Sarnath, India, first sermon 2026. Kushinagar, India, Mahaparinirvan on tentative list, right? That's why we're saying 3 out of the 4 are already in the list and next in line is Kushinagar, right? Let's see when that happens, when Kushinagar finds its spot finally in the list, but for now we have Sarnath there, right? A proud moment, a very proud moment, and at the same time this is a very huge symbol of secularity of India and also the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Do you agree there? Yes? All right. So this was regarding Sarnath, and if you want more such daily updates on current affairs, let me tell you that on Drishti IAS English channel, we meet every day from Monday to Saturday live at 8:30 AM to discuss the Hindu newspaper, PIB analysis, as well as questions from the previous session, right? That is where you can get detailed analysis of the paper, current affairs, everything. All right. Okay. Do join the session, follow the channel, Drishti IAS English channel. So we have a practice question for you from the topic Sarnath. Read the question, give us your answer. Read carefully and give your answer in the comment section. Done? All right. The answer is D, 1, 2, 3. All the statements are correct. Yes, all the statements are correct. Most of you have answered correctly. All right. So this was the session based on Sarnath. I hope you understood because it is very important. From all the perspectives, it is very important. Art and culture, history, current affairs, prelims, mains, from all the perspectives, amazingly important. Right? Yeah. I hope this was clear. For any doubts or queries, you always have the comment section. That's about it. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.